Hello, I'm Philippa Saunders. I'm making this video with the Academy of Medical Sciences, who've asked me to comment on how I've been coping with stress and overwork during these difficult times of the COVID pandemic. So I'm the Professor of Reproductive Steroids at the University of Edinburgh. I'm a biomedical scientist and I run a research team which includes 4 postdoctoral scientists as well as technical support staff. And on the 23rd of March, when the shutdown was announced by the UK government, all our work in the laboratory was terminated. We were all told to work from home. And for us, one of the most devastating aspects was that we were in the midst of a major research endeavour involving animal studies, which were going to allow us to address key features of the models we were working in and answer some really burning questions related to women's reproductive health. So my personal reflection was the initial shutdown was quite shocking and devastating, but we all went home, set up our WhatsApp group and started having regular Zoom meetings. And working from home initially felt a bit strange, but not unproductive. Everyone was doing a lot of data analysis. We started writing up our papers. And spirits were generally fairly decent and high. People were missing their families, but we were all well and keeping in touch with each other. Then the stress really mounted further as we got into beyond 2 months, when I think most of us felt it was never going to end. And my personal feeling is that stress is always much worse if you feel things aren't under control. And a scientific life is inherently very stressful, and we have to deal with lots of ups and downs and be really truly resilient. But this has been even more difficult to deal with because there's been so much uncertainty. And I think I realised it was getting to me personally in a major way when I had a grant rejected and I literally burst into tears. Now, I've been a researcher for a long time and I do not remember crying so much over a single grant, but it was the loss of potential of that grant and also the fact it was going to support the salaries of 2 people that really finally got to me. So what is my advice about dealing with this difficult time? I think you need to reach out to your colleagues, keep in touch with them as much as possible, but also try to separate work and home. What we find with home working is work has intruded even more into our home lives than it ever did before, and I'm not good at work-life balance. I've always done a lot of work at home in the evenings and on the weekends. But what I've done during this time has tried to separate work and home much more in a defined way. So I start my day in just the same time as I ever did, but I've added in some extra exercise at the start of the day, which I would not normally have had time for because I would have been rushing into the office. So I've built in something that gives me pleasure to start my day off and get my brain going. And then at the end of the day, I have tried to shut the computer down and spend time away from work, engaging with friends, family, or others who I can talk to. And I think building up some barriers between work and home is probably going to be one of the better aspects of learning from this experience. Maybe we all will end up with a better work-life balance. It's also given me a chance to have really useful conversations with my staff about how they view their futures, what they want out of their life and future, and indeed to encourage them to pivot towards maybe more data science, different types of training, and also think very hard about how they want to structure life going forward and to engage in a better work-life balance. I think we've all learnt a lot about ourselves and others during this time, and some of the best things that have come out of it has been a chance to talk to people in a more offline, interested way about things they're interested in. I think we've all learnt a lot from having to look hard at our own values and what we most want out of life going forward. And I'm sure everyone wants to spend more valuable time with their friends, family and loved ones. Thank you.